This is most of it is from my zine. Some of it's from my blog, and a couple pieces are new to the universe. So what I'm going to read first requires a little explanation. The middle of the book is one whole zine, Somnambulist number 15, which recorded an entire year of my life when I got really sick with Cushing's disease and had to give up basically everything and move in with my parents. There's 7 kids in my family. Just coincidentally, because of the recession and other factors, 5 adult children were living with my parents at the same time. And I knew coming in they had, the situation was already going on. Knew coming in that my dad required everyone to have a 9 a.m. Sunday morning meeting, family meeting. And after the first meeting, I said, can I start writing this down? Because it was like gold, it was like writer's gold. So that zine is just one whole year of me every Sunday morning writing down the meeting minutes. So who you have to know is Mom and Dad, Sarah, sister, Simone, sister, Rachel, sister, Mikey, brother, and me, Martha. So this is towards the end. This is right actually before I moved to San Francisco to go to CCA. June 21st, 2009. Dad is at work this morning. 1. I'm going to pull a Rachel today and sleep through the meeting, says Mikey, and lays down on the ground. 2. Your father gave me an assignment in his absence. Mom pulls out the electric bill. Last month the electric bill was $98. This month the electric bill was $150. We all need to do a better job of turning off the lights. I came home the other night and every single light in the house was on, says Sarah. I went to take a nap the other day and all the lights were off, says Mom, and then I got up and all the lights were on again. We all agree to do a better job of turning the lights off at night. Mom says to me that the kitchen table cannot turn into a place for me to put my stuff. Your plants were on the table for 4 days, she says, and you left all that food there the last night. I agree not to leave my stuff on the table. Number 4, I ask everyone when they're going to help me get my stuff ready for the garage sale. Sarah says she's helping Grandma all day on Tuesday with Mike and Rachel. I also want to know what all the crap in the garage is. I went down there the other day, I say, and there was just all this stuff everywhere, and I don't know what's what. 5. Sarah asks us if we know the fundamentals of microbiology and why we shouldn't be using each other's razors. I have a razor with 4 blades, says Rachel. I keep my razor under the sink, says Mikey. My razor vibrates, says Simone. I keep my blue razor on the right-hand side of the shower, says Sarah. Well, I've been using that razor, I say. Did you buy that razor? Asks Sarah. Well, no, but I bought a lot of razors at some point, although I don't know what color they are or where they are. Well, stop using that one, says Sarah. Okay, but I just want to let you know that I replace it with a fresh one often, and I wasn't doing it on purpose. Okay, says Sarah. 6. Sarah wants to know what the parking situation is. Now that we have 5 cars for the upper lot, how do we want to do this? No one says anything. Have we decided that whoever is the last one in just parks on the street? 7. Rachel asks if she can go back to bed. 8. Mom starts to tell us about her dream. Is the meeting over? Asks Sarah. 9. Sarah and Rachel and Mikey leave the room. Simone, Mom, and I tell each other about our dreams. July 5th, 2009. Zoe, she's another sister. Zoe spent the night. Rachel's MIA. And I just gotta say, Rachel was chronically MIA. She would never come to the meetings. 1. Simone cuts her eggs and takes a bite. I should have said this earlier, but I have to leave soon. Could we start the meeting? Where are you going? I ask. I'm going to Sun River, she says. Who's doing your chores while you're gone? Asks Sarah. What are your days? I ask. Wednesday and yesterday, says Simone. I'll do Wednesday, I say. Why doesn't Mike take Wednesday since he hasn't mowed the lawn in weeks? Sarah wants to know. Dad looks at Mike. Will you mow the lawn today? Mike rubs his hands over his face. No. Why not? Because look at my hand. Mike opens up his left hand. What happened to your hand? Asked Dad. I was wrestling Dan last night, and I grabbed my... Sorry, I can't read this sometimes. I was wrestling Dan last night, and I grabbed what I thought was a branch, but it was a blackberry bush. Instead of letting go, though, he pulled me forward, and I held on, and the thing scratched my hand really bad, says Mike, making a sweeping motion with his hand. You must have been pretty numb, says Mom. Drunk, says Mike. Okay, you just say what you mean. He looks at Dad. I have to work today. Will you mow the lawn tomorrow? Asked Dad. Mike nods. Are you still cool doing the kitchen on Wednesday? I ask. Mike nods. 2. I'm really annoyed that Rachel isn't here, says Sarah. She's supposed to clean the bathrooms. I almost feel like it'd be easier to keep her doing her chores if she did the kitchen one day. She picked a day for her chore, says Simone. She's supposed to clean the bathrooms on Wednesday. 3. Has Sam wanted everyone to know what he wants the Grover drink to be? Black Velvet, I say. He says that it was his 2 cents for the meeting. Does he know that's what my dad used to drink all the time? Asked Dad. Why would he say that? I'm sure he didn't mean anything by it, says Mom. 4. Dad says that he came home the other day and the air conditioning was on and the front door was open. Wide open, he says. We all agree to make sure the house is shut if the air conditioning is on. 5. I asked for help moving some boxes in my room so I can vacuum. 6. I also think it's funny that we got rid of all that stuff at the garage sale and then you guys got all this crap. I point at the new lamp in the living room and the new couch on the lawn. Mom goes up her hands. We didn't even get rid of that much stuff. There's still a bunch of stuff down in the garage. Dad looks at me. Yeah, I know. July 12, 2009. I just want to apologize for all this art crap here, I say, pointing at the boxes of art supplies on the coffee table on the floor of the living room. 2. Mom and Dad start talking about Mom's new computer that just froze up. Dad suggests she buys a new computer instead of buying a used or refurbished one again. I would gladly go buy a new one in a second, says Mom, but it's going to cost me. I realize this is important, says Sarah, but do we need to talk about this at the meeting? It's going to cost at least $200 more than a used computer, Mom goes on. Mom, you sound sick, says Rachel. I know, and I got it from him, Mom points at Dad. 3. Mikey points out that before anyone accuses him of having no chores or doing anything around the house, that they realize that he will do what people ask if they just ask him to do it right now. Like, if you ask me, will you help some lady move and get 2 friends of yours to help on such and such a day, then you have to remind me the day of, not a couple days before. I forget. I point out that Mike says this often, but oftentimes when I do ask him to do something right now, he says no. Well, maybe I'm in the middle of something, says Mike. Well, I don't understand what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense, I say. I don't know why you're getting so defensive, Martha. I'm just telling you how I am. If anyone is an expert on me, it's me, right? Mom raises her hand. I know something that none of the rest of you know, so you have to listen to me. What? Have any of you read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus? You brought that up before, I say. Look, I'm just trying to treat you how I want to be treated. If you ask me to do something the day of, well, I've already made plans by that time. I'm not that way, says Mike. Don't ask me ahead of time. If you ask me that day, I'll do it. Will you clean the bathroom? Asks Rachel. When? Asks Mike. Today. I'll clean that one, says Mike, pointing to the hallway. Hey, why are you letting her steamroll you into doing her chore? Simone wants to know. Because he has to maintain his position, says Rachel. Rachel and I laugh. 4. It was my day to clean the kitchen yesterday, says Mom, and I didn't do it. Wait, I thought you and Simone switched, says Sarah. We switched and then you and I switched, says Simone. Whose day is it today? Asks Sarah. It's Simone's day, says Mom. Don't try and shove the kitchen on your mom, says Dad. She has a lot of stuff on her plate. Mike, stay out of it, says Mom. It's decided that Simone and Sarah will clean the kitchen. 5. I asked Rachel if she wants to take a scenic route down to San Francisco. Sure, she says. Dad expresses concern that we won't be able to move into my new apartment without help. Sarah says that Rachel is pretty strong and that as women we're used to asking for help. I assure Dad that we'll be fine. 6. Mom wants to know if anyone can accompany her to Salem to get her computer fixed. We're all busy. 7. Why are there so many phones on that chair? Dad wants to know. Mom gets up and starts disconnecting one of the old phones from its wires. Look, I know that phone was only $1, but do we really need that many phones? Asks Dad. I don't answer the phone because there isn't any caller ID, says Sarah. None of you ever answer the phone, says Mom. You never answer the phone. I was just trying to reach your dad yesterday, and he didn't answer his cell, and I had just left the house, and there were 5 people here, and none of you answered the phone. I was sleeping, says Dad. I never answer the phone unless it's you or Dad, says Simone. Or Grandma, says Sarah. Yeah, or Grandma, says Simone. What are these wires? Mom asked, pointing at 2 wires coming out of the back of the phone. Those are like those things that lobsters have, says Dad. Okay, I'm going to drink some water.